Have you ever wondered why silence can be so powerful in relationships? Why, when you step back and say nothing, it often speaks louder than words? In today's video, we'll explore how Stoic philosophy can transform silence into a tool of emotional depth, connection, and self-respect. Stick around, because by the end, you'll learn how this approach could shift the dynamics of your relationships and make others, yes, miss you more than ever before. The power of silence in relationships. Silence isn't just the absence of words, it's a statement. In Stoic philosophy, silence reflects control over our emotions and impulses. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength by choosing self-discipline and wisdom." In relationships, this can be magnetic. When you're not constantly filling the air with explanations, justifications, or demands for attention, you create a space for others to reflect on you. This is where curiosity builds, and often absence makes the heart grow fonder. Why absence cultivates appreciation. You've heard the saying, "Distance makes the heart grow fonder." But why does this happen? When you're always available, people can take you for granted. When you withdraw, you give others the opportunity to miss your presence and realize your value. Seneca teaches us it is quality rather than quantity that matters. Apply this to your time and presence. By practicing strategic silence, you let others sit with their own thoughts about you. This creates intrigue and mystery, key factors in deepening emotional connections. The psychological impact of silence. Silence isn't just about absence, it's about self-retreat. When you're silent, in the face of conflict or emotional turmoil, you demonstrate inner strength. According to Epictetus, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Your silence forces others to listen to their own thoughts and emotions, often leading them to reconsider how they perceive you. Practical tips on using silence. So, how can you use silence effectively without coming off as cold or indifferent? Here are 3 Stoic-inspired techniques. When you're upset, take a pause. Silence allows you to process before reacting, showing maturity. Create intentional distance to prioritize your well-being, allowing others to appreciate your presence more. Why Stoicism encourages self-reflection through silence. In Stoicism, silence isn't just a tactic, it's a path to inner peace. When you stop speaking, you start listening, not just to others, but to yourself. You reflect on what truly matters. This calm, centered energy can be incredibly attractive because it shows self-assurance. Are you ready to embrace the power of silence in your relationships? Try it and observe how people respond differently. You might be surprised at how your presence is missed more than you imagined. Drop a comment below on how you've used silence in your life and whether it brought you closer to someone. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a Stoic insight. Until next time, stay strong and stay Stoic. There's a secret language in silence, an unspoken dialogue that can change the way people think about you. Imagine this. You stop texting, calling, or constantly explaining yourself. At first, they might not notice, but then there's a shift. Your absence becomes loud. They start to wonder, why the silence? And more importantly, do I miss them? Today, we'll explore how silence, when used through the lens of Stoicism, can be your most powerful tool for emotional impact and self-growth. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. The psychological impact of silence in depth. Why does silence affect us so deeply? It's because humans are wired for connection and closure. When someone we care about suddenly goes silent, it triggers a reaction in the brain. Dopamine levels drop, and we begin to crave the very thing we've lost, communication. This is known as the Zeigarnik effect. Our minds latch onto unfinished business, creating a sense of longing. In this space of silence, emotions intensify. Questions arise. Did I say something wrong? Did they lose interest? This is the power of silence. It forces reflection, and more often than not, it makes people miss your presence. Silence as a Stoic tool for emotional mastery. Let's take a page from the Stoics. They believed in mastering emotions through discipline and restraint. Epictetus reminds us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you choose silence, especially during emotionally charged moments, you regain control of the situation. You're no longer reacting impulsively, but acting with purpose. By removing your emotional reactions, you're sending a message. I'm centered. I value myself enough to walk away from unnecessary conflict. This composure is not only attractive, but commands respect. How absence amplifies presence. Silence creates a void, and humans are naturally uncomfortable with voids. Think of it like music. The pauses between the notes are what give the melody its beauty. In relationships, your absence allows others to appreciate your presence more. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When you step back, you give others the space to color their thoughts with memories of you. They'll remember your kindness, your laughter, and your presence, making them long for it again. Practical Stoic techniques to implement silence. Before responding emotionally, wait 24 hours. This pause lets you assess the situation calmly and prevents saying things you might regret. Dedicate time to step away from communication entirely, whether it's a weekend without your phone or simply not initiating conversations. This cultivates emotional independence. When you do speak, choose your words wisely. Less can be more impactful. This shows you value meaningful dialogue over constant chatter. If a conversation becomes toxic, gracefully bow out. Your silence will resonate longer than any argument could. The reactions silence provokes and how to handle them. Silence can provoke various reactions. Curiosity, frustration, or even admiration. People will notice. Some might confront you. Others will reflect on their own behavior. This is where Stoic resilience comes in. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." By staying calm and composed, even when others push for answers, you remain free from emotional manipulation. When silence doesn't work, knowing when to speak. While silence is powerful, there are moments when speaking is necessary. The key is to speak with intention and clarity. As the Stoics believed, wisdom lies in discernment, knowing when to act and when to refrain. Use your voice to uplift, resolve, and clarify when needed. Embracing silence for personal growth. Ultimately, silence is about more than relationships. It's about you. It's about cultivating inner peace, self-awareness, and emotional mastery. When you embrace silence, you show the world that you are enough. Your value isn't in constant communication, but in your presence, your calm, and your strength. Have you experienced the power of silence in your life? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear how it has changed your relationships or your mindset. And if this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Stoic wisdom that can transform your life. Remember, silence isn't emptiness, it's strength. Stay strong, stay Stoic.